Fala, Knicks Fans! Beleza? Sou Victor Hatschbach, do canal Knicks Fans Brasil, galera! Hoje, today, né? Vamos receber... it's an honor, great honor, uma honra. Vamos receber eu, Victor Hatschbach, e Bruno Gonçalves, né? Novamente nosso intérprete, tradutor, translator dessa live. Vamos ter simplesmente a honra de receber um super projeto de Nova York, um que eu, particularmente, I love Knicks Omnifan, guys. Vamos receber elas, Knicks Omnifan aqui, no canal Knicks Fans Brasil. Enfim, welcome to the Knicks Fans Brasil channel, Knicks Omnifan.
Thank you for having us. Yes, we're honored to be here. Thank you so much. It's an honor. Thank you, Victor. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Knicks fans in Brazil, for having us and listening to us. We love you from New York.
Great. Bruno.
Elas disseram, né, Victor, que é uma honra estar aqui, né, falando para os fãs do Brasil, né, e que elas adoram poder dividir as coisas do Knicks com a gente, né, que vai ser bem especial.
Com certeza. Como é que é? I agree with you. First question. Vamos lá. Bruno, translate for you.
Okay.
Omnifan, queria que vocês se apresentassem, né, inicialmente e falar como começou o Knicks Omnifan.
Yeah, Victor asked to you introduce for all Brazilian fans because we have here in the channel people different teams. They follow on other teams. They are fan on other teams, and say to us how began the channel and how the things started for you.
Okay, so I'm Jennifer and I'm Jasmine. We're sisters, and first of all, just our love for basketball started when we were little girls. Our dad played basketball growing up, and living in New York City, there's basketball all around us. So by nature, by default, we were basketball fans, and we were Knicks fans, of course, being in the city, growing up, you know, the Patrick Ewing, John Starks era, Anthony Mason. So obviously the teams of the 90s began our passion. Yes, those years were the years that, you know, solidified our fandom. But as we got older, we decided that, you know, we went into a different career path, but we decided that we wanted to do something for Knicks fans. We wanted to reward Knicks fans for their loyalty, because everyone knows that if you're a Knicks fan, you're loyal. Right. So we wanted to be able to reward and acknowledge fans' loyalty and their engagement, because all we do every day is talk online. We go to games, we buy merchandise, and there should be some reward for that. So that's the reason why we started Knicks Omnifan in the first place, because we want to reward engagement and loyalty, and we want to connect Knicks fans in the United States and also internationally. So that's what started Knicks Omnifan.
Great.
Yeah, nice. Elas disseram, né, Victor, que começou pela paixão de basquete, né? Você cresce jogando basquete, elas cresceram numa cidade que joga basquete, por exemplo, que Nova York é uma cidade que respira basquete de todo lado que você vai encontrar pessoas falando, jogando, pensando em basquete. E depois, logicamente, né, por ser de Nova York, torcer ali para os Knicks, né? Poder acompanhar grandes jogadores que o Knicks já teve, né, com o Patrick Ewing, Anthony Mason e outros. É algo muito especial, e elas, depois de um certo tempo, né, elas queriam retribuir, né, a lealdade, né, que os fãs do Knicks têm com o time, né, porque é impossível não falar de torcedores do Knicks sem falar em lealdade, né, porque o time vem sofrendo muitos anos, até você mostrou o livro aí, Blood in the Garden, né, que, tipo assim, quem teve a oportunidade, né, acompanhou, mas, por exemplo, os fãs que são mais recentes não tiveram a mesma oportunidade. E você tem que ser leal para poder torcer para o Knicks, porque é difícil e tal, mas juntou as duas coisas, né, e elas falam pro público dos Estados Unidos e do mundo inteiro, né?
It's hard being a Knicks fan.
It's very hard.
But
our heart,
I love this team. I love
every season. So we're in this together. We're a support group for one another. Yes. No matter where we are in the world, we all hurt the same. Yes.
Oh, this is a great definition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great definition. Supporter group. Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I am Knicks fan since 92. 92.
Wow.
I am Knicks
amazing.
Fan. Pat Ewing, John Starks, Anthony Mason, Charles Oakley, né?
Yeah, those are the old school guys that, you know, they had the grit, they embodied the culture of New York. And, you know, those are the players that made us Knicks fans, because you can't help but, you know, when you watch them play, to see their passion, and, you know, they leave it all out on the court. And that's what, you know, drew us in. And that's what all Knicks fans want. You know, at the end of the day, we want to see passion and playing hard every single night on the court. You don't have to win every night, but you have to play hard every night. That's right.
Yeah.
Até comentando, né, Bruno? Ah, desculpa, traduz, né, Bruno? Translate.
Não, é porque ela estava falando, né, Vitor? E é verdade que, tipo assim, os torcedores do Knicks, né, eles esperam, na verdade, que o time jogue com coração, jogue com intensidade na quadra, né, respeitando o time. Não necessariamente a vitória precisa vir. Né? Não, o Knicks não precisa ganhar todos os jogos, mas o que a gente espera, né, no caso, é dedicação do atleta ao máximo, né, compromisso com a vitória. E todos esses atletas que você citou, né, eles tiveram esse espírito, né, eles lutavam pelo time, lutavam pela cidade e tal. Então, dentro desse contexto, é o que todo fã do Knicks espera, né?
Knicks, como é que é? Knicks fans, it's a, como é que é? Passion, very, very strong.
Very strong passion, yes. And very knowledgeable strong as well. And smart. We understand the game.
Como é que é? Knicks fans speak language orange and blue.
And blue. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Language, yes.
Yeah, we think we speak in English, but we
it's orange and blue.
Orange and blue, yeah.
We wouldn't even need a translator to understand that we are all Knicks fans and we all understand each other. But thank you, Bruno, for your help.
Thank you so much, Bruno.
Ela tava falando aí que nem precisa, né, de tipo assim, que a gente conversa né, nas cores do Knicks. E a gente se entende, né, no mundo inteiro, o que é muito legal, né, porque assim, a gente é mais um protocolo, né, a gente ter essa questão de tradução e tal.
Like that, tipo isso. Next question. Sure. Tem uma pergunta, assim, que eu tenho curiosidade, assim, com o Knicks Omnifan, que eu gostaria que vocês dividissem com a gente aqui no Brasil. Qual digamos assim, um dos momentos que vocês consideram entre vocês, assim, e o pessoal que participa dos jogos com vocês, dos eventos, que vocês consideram que foi marcante e por quê?
Yeah, Victor asked to you say to us here in Brazil, one special moment you have in mind involved the Knicks and involving the Garden, for example, that you remember, said, oh yeah, this was a special moment, I remember, I'm there or not, or for television. So
that's a really good question. I mean, there's so many moments to choose from being in the Garden. But I'll just say this: every season we do a home opener event at Madison Square Garden, and that event, sometimes we do it in a suite at Madison Square Garden, sometimes we're on the Chase Bridge, but that event is always so monumental because it's the first game of the season, or the home opener, and everybody is looking forward to it so much. The energy is so high. And win or lose, we always have a great time, and it just kicks off the season in a right way. So that's one event that everybody always looks forward to. I mean, for sure. I'm sure you have another. I do. Should I let you translate that, Bruno, first?
Oh,
Bruno,
no, yeah.
Pode continuar, né?
Yes. Yeah, you can continue and go ahead and I translate after.
Okay, so one of my most memorable moments in recent times has been last season when we made the playoffs. Yeah. I think it was, what was it, game two? Game two in the Garden last season. Oh my gosh. I've never felt the Garden shake, like literally shake. It was like an earthquake in the Garden from the cheering. We thought we were back in Vegas Summer League when there was the earthquake. But it was a moment where you literally, you had to be there to really, really enjoy it, because you had to feel the building shaking to know how passionate and how excited everyone was. The building, the electricity was out the roof, through the roof. It was so loud. It was so loud. And that was a special moment as a Knicks fan, to know that you're in this with 19,000 other people, you know, that it's not just you. You're a part of this amazing community that only wants to see this team win and do well. So that was an amazing moment for me, specifically from last season.
Oh, okay.
Dividindo,
na verdade. Eu vou dividir, né, Vitor, em duas partes, né? A primeira parte é aquela que tinha mencionado a respeito do jogo de abertura, né, que tem na temporada, que é o que todo mundo espera, né, para saber como a equipe vai jogar, como as coisas vão acontecer, né? Teve a última, por exemplo, que foi legal porque o Knicks ganhou, mas a temporada não foi boa, mas foi da onde surge, né, a empolgação, todo mundo. A gente estava esperando um pouco ainda dos playoffs, né, aproveitando o gancho, porque ela disse também a respeito dos playoffs, foi sensacional, né, que o Garden tremia, né, balançava, todo mundo pulando ali e emocionado com o time, né, porque na verdade, se a gente for pensar, tipo, foram 8 anos fora dos playoffs, né, e voltar e tal, toda aquela energia, né, a gente que estava daqui na televisão, no caso, já conseguia sentir, imagina para elas que estavam lá acompanhando isso e tal, né? Eu até tenho uma dúvida depois, eu vou perguntar para elas se elas acham que essa atmosfera, né, do jogo acabou atrapalhando um pouco os jogadores, que muitos ali não tinham experiência de playoffs, né? É uma pergunta que eu vou emendar para elas.
Hein, Bruno? Ó, deixa eu até falar para elas. Seguinte, Knicks Omnifan, Bruno now has the question for you. Okay?
Okay, Bruno. Bring it on, Bruno.
Yeah, because you mentioned about the playoffs, and something I remember is the game 2 was crazy for sure. A lot of the atmosphere in the MSG was so phenomenal, so different for the people who follow, for example, basketball. No, another teams is completely different. The crowd, the people there is a completely different thing. And we have a lot of players. They don't have this. How can I explain to you? The experience they had experience in the playoffs, for example. You think maybe the players felt so much this and maybe not help them, maybe create a trouble for them because they don't have this. You know, the experience before. They said, yeah, we go to play for this crowd. They know basketball. They love basketball. So what do you think about this?
Yeah, you know, this playoffs, you know, last year was definitely unique. Being that we had so many young players, the lack of experience definitely hurt us. But at least, you know, they got some playoff experience, you know, throughout that whole experience, and that'll be something that they can use for, you know, hopefully next year we'll be in the playoffs, and we can build on that. And I really think that last year was specifically special because they had no fans in MSG for the majority of the season. So I think having the crowd introduced back into the environment, I think it definitely affected Julius Randle the most. I know this season he got into it with, you know, all the fans at MSG basically. But I think that the pressure was definitely high, and you know, it ultimately caught up to them. But you know, they're young guys, and that's an experience that they will, you know, take. You know, it's not losses. It's a learning lesson, and they will take that and do better. And whenever we make it to the playoffs, hopefully next year, for sure, that'll be something that they will definitely build on, for sure.
Ela estava dizendo, né, Vitor, que sim, tipo assim, que o Knicks, por exemplo, né, tinha muitos jogadores jovens, né, que estavam tendo essa experiência pela primeira vez, como eu tinha dito, né, e tal, e que, por exemplo, a maioria, é bom lembrar, né, que na temporada passada, a maioria dos jogos que o Knicks fez né, na temporada regular, foi sem o público, né, e de repente eles caíram lá com um público enorme, né, então eles estavam sem pessoas ali, não tinha pessoas acompanhando, e de repente começa a cair tudo aquilo em cima deles, né, e ter que apresentar um bom basquetebol, ter que jogar para um público grande, todo mundo assistindo, né, foi televisionado para o país inteiro, então tudo aconteceu ao mesmo tempo, jogadores jovens, e aí que ela acredita que seria interessante, tipo assim, que seria bom, porque é um aprendizado para as próximas temporadas, né, porque você tem que continuar com a mentalidade de tentar sempre buscar vencer, e que quem sabe que no próximo ano, por exemplo, o Knicks possa voltar para os playoffs e utilizar isso como aprendizado, né.
Vou até aproveitar, né, a página do James. I want to make Knicks great again. The page
I know. James. We all do. We're getting there. It will happen. It's just we have to. I mean, we take being patient to the next level. We have been waiting and waiting and waiting. And if anybody is the example of patience, it's Knicks fan. Even though we get a very bad rep in the media, because it's been so long since we've had a winning team, and all we want is that we want a winning team. And sometimes we come off as being overzealous or being unreasonable sometimes, but it's been so long since we've had a franchise to be proud of and stand behind, even though we still will, regardless of how we're performing. We know what it tastes like, especially us older Knicks fans. Obviously I'm not the oldest. I've never seen a championship, but we still know, we remember what the 90s winning culture felt like of the Knicks. Right. And the younger fans, they don't really know what that feels like. So I think we're justified in wanting more from our team. Absolutely. And I think we can demand that as fans, personally. Agree. Yes, but respectfully. Yes.
Yeah. Ela tava dizendo, né, Vitor, que é o seguinte, que a gente, tipo assim, a gente tá na expectativa há muito tempo, né? Ela, por exemplo, chegou a ter momentos na década de 90, né, e tal, mas que assim, a gente como torcedor, a gente vem sendo paciente já tem bastante tempo, né, e tal, e a gente pode sim cobrar, exigir coisas também, né, exigir um time melhor, né, que as coisas fluam melhor no futuro e tal, né? Até acho que depois, não sei se uma das perguntas suas vai ser a respeito do futuro dos Knicks e tal, né? Sim. Depois a gente pode até emendar essa pergunta, mas assim, é que tudo se baseia nisso, né? Que a gente pode sim cobrar, a gente pode sim exigir, porque a gente vem sendo paciente durante muito tempo, e os fãs que são jovens, né? Que começam a torcer para o Knicks, só pegaram momentos difíceis, né? Então, assim, a gente tem alguns sopros, né, igual a temporada passada, com os playoffs e tal, mas que aí seria importante, tipo assim, o Knicks caminhar nesse sentido. Né?
E, Bruno, até comentar com elas, assim, nós, torcedores do Knicks, e até os torcedores mais jovens, né, os Knicks fans, youngers Knicks fans, assim, a gente tá tão carente, né, de título, de vitórias, que um exemplo foi aquela vitória, né, que o Knicks teve contra o Boston Celtics, que o Barrett fez aquela última cesta, né, the last, e o Garden, assim, tipo, ou aquele primeiro jogo também contra o Boston Celtics, né, que nós ganhamos, parecia que o Knicks tinha sido, sei lá, campeão ali, de tão carente que a gente tá.
Yeah, Victor mentioned for us it's still so hard to be a Knicks fan this so many years. When we have some sparks moments, for example, on the clutch shot what RJ Barrett did.
RJ Barrett, yeah.
Madison Square Garden was incredible. Yeah, and opener Caesar too against the Celtics. The people going crazy. A lot of passion about the team, but Peter mentioned it's too hard. And when we had this moment, we enjoy a lot because we don't have so many.
Very true. Yes, very true. You know, they say like when RJ hit that shot, people were making fun like, oh, they act like they won the championship. Like, no, we don't have too many of these, you know, events to hold on to, so we're gonna celebrate.
That's right.
And we're gonna take it in stride. And yes, that was a huge moment. And like you said, even the home opener when we beat them in overtime, like that was like such a amazing way to kick off the season. And like you said, we don't have these moments all the time, so we're gonna grab on and hold on to what we can.
That's right. We celebrate when we can.
Ela estava dizendo, né, Vitor, que é isso mesmo. Tipo assim, a gente tem tanto poucos momentos, né, que quando a gente tem, a gente agarra neles com unhas e dentes, né? A gente tenta celebrar o máximo porque, como se diz, né, tá aqui e a gente não quer soltar, né? Então, a gente tem que aproveitar ao máximo.
Ó, Knicks win the game, né? Knicks champions NBA.
It's sad but true.
Ó, Knicks merece um grande time. Knicks merece. Knicks deserve a great team.
We do. And we're getting there. We're getting there. But you know, RJ is showing amazing signs of being a true leader. And he is the future of the Knicks, and we must build around him.
Yeah.
And it was so amazing to see him, you know, grow into his grown man status, you know, as a Knicks player. And you see him doing things that he didn't even do his first 2 seasons. He's aggressive, he's taking it to the rim, and it's just amazing to watch him.
Yep, he's adding a lot of dimension to his game. He's being more aggressive. He's improved his free throws. They're still not where they need to be, but he's improved. He's going to his right side a lot more. Everybody just calls him left, you know, like he could only go to his left side. Now he's posting up with his on his right side. So I've seen a lot of growth. I've also seen him stay calm under pressure, where a lot of other players maybe might lose their cool, or some other players who won't be mentioned. who haven't, you know, maintained their composure under pressure, even when they feel a call hasn't gone their way, or even if they feel, you know, they've been taken out of the game at the wrong point in time. RJ still is a supportive teammate, and he's a leader. He's a leader. So that's that's how we feel about RJ. Yes, RJ.
I am suspect about RJ Barrett. I love RJ Barrett. I love.
Oh, you're suspect? Do you like RJ Barrett to be
Yeah, he loves RJ. Yeah.
Oh, he loves RJ. Okay.
Oh, for me, RJ Barrett, it's a future all-star for me.
Yes, absolutely, without a doubt. Yes. He was, because, you know, even from before Duke, before he went to college, his father, you know, played overseas, played in the NBA, and he has bred RJ. He has raised RJ and his mom. I give his mother credit as well for raising a young man who wants this. He recognized his passion early in life, and he's gone for it. He moved from Canada to go all the way to Florida to play basketball because it's something that he wanted. It's his dream, and he's achieved lots of goals. And obviously, he wants to be one of the premier players in the league, and the league gives him no respect. How about RJ Barrett was not even named under 25 and under on ESPN? I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. I will ask it to you. This is fun because I ask it to you if you think he's underrated.
Of course,
he's so underrated.
But you know what? He's underrated. But you know what? It gives him that much more ammunition to perform that much better because he is underrated. So he has like a chip on his shoulder.
Oh yes.
He has a problem with everybody, but he keeps it inside. He leaves it on the court, and that's what I respect about RJ Barrett.
Yeah. Ela estava falando, né? Ela estava falando, né, Vitor, a respeito do RJ Barrett, né? Porque, assim, a primeira parte, né, foi que o RJ Barrett, ele é um líder, né? Então, assim, ser muito jovem e tal, ele mostra que, tipo assim, que ele consegue conduzir os outros, né, e tal. Ele apoia os companheiros de time, independente da situação, independente do momento em que ele tá. Ela até mencionou, não falou o nome, mas a gente já sabe quem é o jogador. Que, tipo assim, que a equipe ganha, mas ele vai mal e ele fica frustrado e não quer cumprimentar ninguém e tal. Quer dizer, é um jogo de coletivo, né? De equipe. Então...
I don't speak name.
Who's that? Who is that? Which one is that? Is that Quigley?
No, Julius.
That's Julius?
Oh, I like it in the past. I saw.
He's still a part of the team. So, you know, we have our opinions, but
we still will support until he's not a Knick.
Right. A lot of Knicks fans, want him to be traded. But
and we understand that sentiment.
But if he's not traded, we have to come to terms with that and support the team, support Julius still, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this offseason.
I like so much Julius, but Julius,
I know
my jersey.
Yes, it was
very
hard.
I have Banco. I talk with your mother, Caroline Kyle, so many times.
Yes.
Julius,
I know. That was definitely. It's terrible. It hurt as a Knicks fan to see Julius unravel the way that he did, because we put all of our eggs in one basket. Pretty much we put all of our money on Julius. Not all, but a lot of money into Julius and a lot of trust into Julius. And clearly, we believe that the fans not being in the arena had a lot to do with his success last season. There's a different element of pressure when you introduce the fans back into the arena. And he felt that on many sides. And also, I believe that there was personal issues that Julius Randle was dealing with that affected his play on the court as well. So, obviously, we're not going to speculate too much on what was going on personally, but on the court, we expected more. So it was definitely disappointing and hurtful to see the way that he reacted towards fans, because we support him. Oh, is that?
Yeah,
Eru, see live. Thanks for you, Eru.
Love you, E.
Sorry, Bruno. Sorry.
Não, pode continuar, cara. Não, pode continuar, cara. Eu tô aqui. Só
eu cheguei no meio da conversa ali, desvirtuei tudo.
Não, cara, tranquilo. Mas ela estava falando a respeito do Julius Randle, né? Que o Julius Randle teve uma temporada sem torcida e acabou que, tipo assim, aí quando teve a torcida, para ele foi muito complicado, né? Elas acreditam também que ter outros fatores desta quadra que complicaram a vida dele, que elas não sabem o que possa ser, mas que não foi só essa questão, né? E tal. E tudo o que acontecer, né? Elas disseram, por exemplo, né, que enquanto ele for jogador do Knicks, elas vão apoiar, só a partir do momento que ele sair, realmente não, né, e tal, mas que enquanto for jogador do Knicks, estiver vestindo a camisa do Knicks, vai ter o apoio e tal, mas essas coisas são bem complicadas, né, até a postura dele em quadro mesmo atrapalhou bastante a continuidade dele, né, na temporada também. Acredito que se ele soubesse também lidar com as coisas ali, talvez as coisas teriam sido diferentes um pouco nessa temporada, mas talvez seja igual elas mencionaram na outra questão, né, seja um aprendizado para ele, tanto no Knicks quanto fora. Às vezes ele vai sair e vai levar isso como aprendizado na vida, né?
My opinion. Randall, here in the season.
100% agreed.
Yes.
It's all mental. It's all mental. He can physically do whatever he wants. But if you don't have it here,
mentally,
you're not going to perform. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Yes, Bruno. Yes, Victor. Sorry.
No.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Not at all. Not a problem. Yeah. we all here. O Vitor, elas mencionaram, né, que tipo assim, que tudo é questão, concordar com você, que é questão 100% mental, né, e assim, se a cabeça não tá boa, a pessoa não consegue desenvolver um bom basquetebol, né.
Foi uma pena, né, a questão do Julius Randle. Só antes da gente emendar e falar do New York Knicks, uma última pergunta relacionada ao Knicks Omnifan, por exemplo. Eu gostaria de saber dos jogadores, assim, desde que elas começaram aí no Garden, louco, my dogs. Desde que vocês começaram a ir para o Madison Square Garden, qual foi o jogador que mais, assim, foi simpático, mais foi bacana com vocês, né? Que vocês podem citar, de repente até contar alguma história, se tiver.
Yeah, Victor, as to you, since you started to go to the Madison Square Garden, have a relationship with the players there, I mentioned one player, for example, that you remember, for example, is a special guy. He always laughing, always talking, talk with the fans, for example, that you remember.
So out of all the years, because we've been Knicks fans for a long time, and not to say that we have personal relationships with a lot of players, but when we were younger, Chris Childs was my favorite player. And yes, I loved him because he was, you know, he played tough defense. I'm a defensive minded fan. So if you play great defense, you're going to be one of my favorites. And he was tough, very tough. It didn't matter if it was Gary Payton, Allen Iverson, Jason Kidd, didn't matter. Even Kobe Bryant, Chris Childs was up to the task. So I love Chris Childs, and he would always, so there was a time during the 90s where they would have, players would wear bracelets. It would say, "What would Jesus do?" WWJD, the little bracelets. And I would get them for Chris Childs, and he would wear them. He actually wore one of the bracelets that I gave him during the 4-point play with LJ. He was wearing my bracelet during that game. And every time he would see us in the parking lot or at a different team's location, he would always stop and always, you know, say hello to us. And I remember his kindness. Also, I remember Larry Johnson he's still to this day very, very warm, very, very nice with the fans.
He supports us, you know, Omnifan as a business. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, so LJ and Chris Childs were some of the older players, and now these days, Dennis Smith Jr. when he was a Knicks, he always showed so much love. He used to wear our Omnifan bracelets, and also RJ. He at one point in time would wear our bracelets. Mitchell Robinson, Alec Burks, Obi Toppin, they're all guys who, like, especially if we're sitting close to the bench, they always show love, not just to us, but to every fan that they hear call their names. They're very sweet guys.
You know, their energy is just always so high, and you see them joking around. They're having fun, and that's what you want to see. You want to see your team having fun amongst each other,
and with the fans.
Ah, great. And Theo Pinson in the past.
He was a fan favorite. I mean, how could you not love Theo Pinson? You know, I wish that Theo Pinson would have gotten a little bit more playing time so that I could have really appreciated him as a basketball player, but as a teammate, he was great to the other guys. Absolutely.
She's leader.
Yeah,
she's leader.
Number one cheerleader.
Elas estavam mencionando, né, Vitor? Elas falaram, por exemplo, né, de algum jogador como Chris Childs, por exemplo, né, que foi muito especial, né? Um jogador que defendia, que fazia de tudo ali, que estava sempre junto com os fãs, né? E ela mencionou até um momento especial que tinha aqueles braceletes do que Jesus faria, né, e tal, e que ele chegou a usar também. Ela citou que alguns jogadores, por exemplo, chegaram a utilizar o bracelete. Ela até citou algumas coisas do Knicks Fans, por exemplo, né, o RJ Barrett e tal. Ela mencionou também o Larry Johnson, né? Que também é um cara que foi um cara especial. Dos recentes, ela mencionou também o Dennis Smith Jr., né, que teve a passagem para o Knicks. Ele infelizmente não conseguiu render o que a gente esperava, né, naquela troca com o Dallas e tal, mas era um jogador, tipo assim, um jogador também que mostrou muito amor, né, e tal. Teve momentos difíceis ali no Knicks, e ela citou vários agora do elenco, né, e tal, Alec Burks, né, Mitchell Robinson também e tal, RJ Barrett.
Yes. Bruno, you're good, Bruno.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
E também esqueci o Obi Toppin também.
Obi.
Yeah. Love Obi. It's a beautiful thing to hear that in the garden, because he's so young, so new, but the fans appreciate his energy and his willingness to just do what it takes. He's not going to have a perfect game. You know, he doesn't play perfectly, but he has the passion and the energy that we want to see as fans. Yes.
Obi loves the Knicks. Obi
does.
From New York,
yes.
And loves the Knicks.
He loves it. He loves it, and we love him.
And that's one thing about this new group of players. They want to be here.
Yes.
Obi wants to be here. RJ wants to be here. You know,
that wants to be here.
That is really special, because, you know, when you want to play in a specific city, you're gonna play for that city, you know. So that's why
even though we didn't make the playoffs, this wasn't the season that we all expected, but there were so many bright spots, especially towards the end of the season. And this young core, they are the future. Yes.
In Florida, né, Orlando, people scream RJ Barrett and Obilar.
Yes.
I wish we were there. I wish we were there.
I love watching that on television. I felt the energy through the TV because I know what it's like to be on the road and have other Knicks fans there. But Orlando was different because a lot of people who lived in New York moved down to Orlando. So there's a lot of New Yorkers that live in Orlando, and they showed so much support and loyalty down there. I was touched as well. And RJ even reposted on his story. You know, it was definitely a moment for Knicks fans that we should be proud of and that we represent no matter where we are. That's right. And that even goes back to, you know, the 2000s, the mid 2000s, where we were terrible, but you would always find Knicks fans in every city that the Knicks go to play. Knicks fans, we're proud, and you know, we don't care if we have a winning or losing record. We go out and support our team. Yep.
Yeah. Knicks playing Brazil has me, has Bruno.
Exactly. All over the world, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Vai lá, talk, Bruno.
Elas estavam até falando, né, Vitor, a respeito. Isso é engraçado, né, cara? Que elas estavam falando a respeito quando você mencionou, né, nos jogos, por exemplo, fora, né? Exatamente, você mencionou em Orlando, porque elas até queriam estar lá, porque mostra um pouco, tipo assim, até o que a gente faz aqui no Brasil, né? Porque a gente não tem a oportunidade de estar lá e tal, a gente acompanha pela televisão e tal. E os fãs estão em todos os lugares, né? Acompanham o Knicks e tal. E a já tinha mencionado, por exemplo, os atletas jovens que o Knicks tem, eles querem atuar nos Knicks, né? E tal. É algo interessante para a gente acompanhar nas próximas temporadas e tal. Os fãs estão empolgados, de certa forma, né? A gente teve uma temporada difícil, mas mesmo assim a gente sempre tem a expectativa das próximas temporadas, né? E a gente até depois pode aproveitar um momento também para fazer as perguntas a respeito dos jovens, né? Porque o Quickly, por exemplo, o Top, por exemplo, na próxima temporada que a gente espera deles, né?
Bruno, só queria fazer só uma colocação bem rapidinha. Daí vocês fazem com ela, a gente já pula para essa sua pergunta, pode ser?
Tá, não, tranquilo.
Bem rapidinho. Vocês falaram Knicks Omnifan, né? Vocês conheceram jogadores e etc. Eu e o Bruno já começamos com um, pelo menos. Charlie Ward. Nós fizemos uma live com o Charlie Ward. Podemos falar que um jogador, one player, já falando nesse canal. E também com os filhos, né? Anthony Mason Sons, né? O Antoine e o Anthony Mason Jr., né? Pelo menos, já podemos dizer que pelo menos dois aqui, um, né? Com o jogador e o segundo com os filhos, né? Sons, né? Só rapidinho, só um comentário.
Tá. Yeah, Victor, I want to let you know, guys, about, for example, we had ex-players here. We have Charlie Ward was really special because he played for the Knicks. I think 8 years. I don't know. Yeah.
The first here.
Yeah. And was really, was for us was a special moment, and
that was huge. That's huge. Yes.
Yeah. And
my heart.
Yes. I can imagine.
Yeah.
And I love so much Anthony Mason, na years.
R.I.P.
Yeah. I received, with Bruno, Antoine, very, very, very cool guy.
Very cool. Yes, he was just cool.
And Anthony Mason Jr. joking with me. You like my name like my mom?
I saw that. Anthony. He said, I love it. We're proud of you. Yeah. We're proud of you, Victor, because it's not easy. You know, you crossed a boundary. Well, no, not a boundary, but you've crossed the line where you've gone beyond just your community in Brazil. You've reached out to people all over, and for you to not know, speak English as well, very well, it takes so much bravery.
Yes.
To do what you do. And Bruno, for you guys to be a team, it's amazing to see you guys accomplish what you've been able to accomplish in such a short time. So kudos, hats off to you guys, because it's not easy when there's a language barrier, cultural differences. But you guys do it. You do it, and you do it very well. You're very professional, and we respect that about you guys.
Thank you so much. Fan version Brazil. Me and Bruno. Me and Bruno don't brothers, but brothers of
brother. Yes. Not blood, but your brother. Right.
Yeah. But thank you so much. Yes, for us,
of course, you're very welcome.
Thanks so much. Traduz para o pessoal, translate for Brazilians now. People watch, don't understand anything.
I know. We love you.
Ela estava falando, né, Vitor, que assim, o que a gente fez, né, é muito bacana, porque a gente passou algumas barreiras que são complicadas, né, ter essa possibilidade de falar com os atletas mesmo, até o seu esforço mesmo, né, de correr atrás de todo mundo. Conversar é algo muito especial, né, e tal, e para a gente que está tão longe também fazer esse trabalho, elas acham, tipo assim, é muito bacana, muito legal, e para a gente também representa muito, né, qualquer coisa que vem, tipo, que seja elogio ou as pessoas falando bem, é bom também para a gente até como combustível também para a gente poder continuar tentando fazer as coisas, né, funcionarem e tal, e dessa possibilidade de falar com ex-atletas, né, e conversar com as pessoas e ter esse contato, né, com as pessoas do mundo afora, que é algo muito bom para a gente também, né?
Não, e só comentando bem rapidinho com vocês, eu chamo esse projeto que é feito aqui, ó, com o coração, né? O projeto. Esse projeto, só comentando bem rapidinho, tá? Com vocês, começou porque eu, infelizmente, tinha, né? I lost my mom, né? Tinha perdido minha mãe.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry. So sorry. Beautiful, I'm so sorry.
E entrei em depressão, né? E aí veio a pandemia, né, Covid, etc. E fiquei muito mal, né? E aí o Knicks voltou a surgir forte, né? New York Knicks comigo, with me, so strong, né? Aí comecei a falar com o Anthony, né? Anthony Dunaway, and so many people, em várias pessoas nos Estados Unidos, em United States, e no Brasil sobre o Knicks. Aí criei o canal, né? Há um ano atrás. Então, esse projeto, o Knicks Fans Brasil, é feito com o coração, with heart, né? From heart. E tudo foi surgindo, né? Comecei amizades, né? E das amizades, friendships, né? With Americans. Em Brasil, too, né? No Brasil também. E aí, estamos aí, né? Estou tendo a chance agora de falar com vocês, né? A chance to talk with you. Então, ou seja, é feito com o coração, resumindo, e estamos aí, né? Estou tentando levar o nome, né, do Knicks ao redor do mundo, né? Around the world.
That's right.
Yeah. Victor mentioned, sadly, I hear this is because for us, all the time we hear this is bad because we feel a lot. Is something really bad. He mentioned he lose his mother and. He entered in the depression time. It was complicated for him, and then the Knicks, it started with this project, helped him a lot. Yeah, this channel came from the heart. The project from the heart. So yeah, he doing this with all his effort because he really loved the team and this has helped him a lot. So I think. Is better than just a channel of basketball or about the Knicks. Is more than this.
Yes, you can tell it's a real passion, and you can tell it comes from something real. And whatever it grows from, whether it's pain, whether it's love, whatever it is, if your passion is there, it's gonna shine through no matter what. And your passion shines through. I'm sorry that it started from a place of hurt, but your mom is so happy and proud of you watching what you've done. You know, it's just amazing. It's amazing. She's smiling down on you from heaven, and she's proud of you. We're proud of you, and we all just thank you for what you do, because it's reassuring to know that, like I said, like we're not alone. Even, we know there's Knicks fans, in New York and in the United States, but it's different when you meet fans who have the same passion as you, or if not sometimes more, outside of your country.
Right.
It's amazing. It's amazing to see. And we love connecting with people like you from other countries, because it humbles us, and it lets us know that we're doing the right thing for the right reason, and we're in this community together worldwide.
I want to meet you guys. I want to.
Oh, yes.
I want to meet you.
We will
Thanks
talk,
so
we will
much.
drink, we'll
Really.
eat,
Yes.
we will watch a game, we'll do it all. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Nick saved me.
it will be great.
Né?
Yes,
My
that's amazing.
depression, né? And my daughter, I won, né? This gift from my daughter. My daughter become a Knicks fan of Banco
so cute.
from my
She
daughter,
is a Knicks
Isabel.
Isabel, hi Isabel. That's the Banco.
Oh, has 4 years. Né? In the Sunday, it's a birthday.
Happy birthday, Isabel.
I will show this part for her.
Please do.
2 years. 2 years.
Wow, that's amazing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Bruno.
Ô, Vitor, elas estavam falando, né, cara, que elas mencionaram, né, a respeito de, que isso aconteceu, tipo assim, que tinham falado antes, né, que é muito triste o que aconteceu, né, e tal, mas isso mostra que, tipo assim, que as coisas, todo mundo acompanha e vê que você faz as coisas com o coração, porque é bom saber também, né, que tudo isso está acontecendo, está ajudando no seu processo, né, e tal, de superação e tal, e que é muito bom, né, saber que tem fãs mais apaixonados ainda, né, do outro lado do mundo, né, e tal. Você até mencionou da sua filha, por exemplo, elas também desejaram até os parabéns para ela, que ela fez aniversário, e que é muito bom, né, todo esse processo que acontece assim com os Knicks, né, a gente poder se conhecer, ter essa conexão, né, e uma coisa que une a gente é o amor pelos Knicks e tal, e que é algo fantástico, né, que é algo inexplicável, né.
Nada é por acaso, né, tanto que a minha amizade, my friendship, né, with Anthony, foi because, né, Anthony with your sister and me with my mom, né.
Right,
então,
yes.
Begin that, né. Começou desse jeito, né, essa minha amizade com o Anthony, né, my friendship, ambos, né, com essa questão, e, cara, foi surgindo, e tamo aí. Só traduz bem rapidinho isso aí, porque eu acho que não entenderam nada.
Yeah, Victor mentioned, they get something bad and turn this a good thing, because they put the energy in other things, so put the energy in the channel, for example, this connection with the people is something really special, and for him so and for us, we create a connection, so this is really important to us.
Yeah, no, that's one of the most beautiful things about starting Omnifan and connecting with Knicks fans, because we truly have become like family. We are family, we say, the Omni family, the Omni fam, and it's really true. We support each other. We've met people that, we only met online. We were talking in Facebook groups, or, talking on Instagram. And when you meet in person, you feel like you've known them for ages. And you've really become a support system for each other. Absolutely.
E até só aproveitando, Bruno, bem rapidinho, daí qualquer coisa você só emenda com a tradução. Comenta só rapidinho, né? Que elas sabem, né? Mas para a gente registrar, ano que vem, né? Knicks Fans Brasil, a gente vai ter a excursão, né? Que nós estamos querendo planejar com mais ou menos 20 brasileiros para Nova York. E com certeza, Knicks Fans Brasil vai. Sério, vamos adorar, vamos amar encontrar, né? Knicks Omnifan, and so many guys in New York. It's a great honor. I really want to see you guys in next year.
That's gonna happen 100%. Like,
you understand, huh?
We feel the same way. We feel the same way, Victor and Bruno. And we said, when you come here, our doors open. You are family to us, and we will show you a great time. So we can't wait. You let us know. I told you, Victor, to let us know when you're planning that, because we're
we're here for you guys.
We'll do something joint with our group and Knicks Fan Brazil.
Do something together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it would be great.
Now Bruno talk. The mission 2, Bruno. Let's begin.
Ela estava falando, né, Vitor, que vai ser especial, porque elas entenderam o que você disse, né, a respeito da discussão pro ano que vem.
Language Orange and Blue, man. Orange and Blue.
E as portas estão abertas ano que vem e tal, né, elas querem também, né, elas querem muito conhecer a gente e tal, fazer essa conexão, e vai ser muito especial, né, tudo que vai acontecer e tal, a gente fica na expectativa, né, cara, mas a gente não consegue nem mensurar como é que vai ser, né, porque vai ser, tipo assim, com certeza, independente do que acontecer, vai ser uma experiência para a vida inteira, né?
Com certeza. E agora vamos aproveitar, Bruno. Se tem uma pergunta, a gente pode emendar uma outra. Eu queria falar sobre o time do New York Knicks, o futuro e etc. Se tem alguma pergunta que você quer aproveitar antes?
Não, pode emendar, Vitor. Pode falar aí que eu passo qualquer uma para elas.
Ó, gostaria de perguntar para vocês. Next question. Como que vocês veem o futuro, the future, né? Do Knicks, assim, como que vocês conseguem imaginar, já que nós tivemos essa temporada, né, ruim, a outra de redenção, né, redemption, né, do Knicks, como que vocês veem o futuro do New York Knicks? Como que vocês acreditam?
Yeah, Victor asked, what do you see the future of the franchise, the future of the Knicks with this young core, with these guys, because you mentioned before, these guys want to be here in the Knicks, and they want to play in New York, but you believe, for example, the future of the franchise is bright, the bright future, or we have some problems. What do you think about this next years, for example?
You want to say? Yeah, sure. Well, first and foremost, the key takeaway is build around RJ Barrett.
Yes.
He was groomed as a number 2, but he is our number 1. So with that being said, obviously there have to be some moves that needs to be made, because we didn't even make the playoffs this year. But in terms of free agency, I know a lot of people are talking about Jalen Brunson or Donovan Mitchell. I mean, if you saw the Mavericks game last night, I mean, Jalen Brunson, he went off. And a lot of people, they were kind of on the fence. But I think he's really showing that he has a really bright future. And I think that, he's also, we also, Rick Brunson was a Knick. So
yes.
he always has a spot here. But
is there.
But I think that with, if we acquire Jalen Brunson, during the offseason, that could definitely help us in the point guard position. And we still have quickly, and Derrick Rose, I mean, granted, we love D Rose. I'm wearing his shirt today, but
I love Derrick Rose.
Yes, we love Rose. And
yes,
10 years. But being that he's on his tail end, he has a couple more years left to give us. I think that Jalen Brunson could be a very nice addition. Oh, and we must re-sign Mitch. That I don't care what they have to do, they have to get Mitch back. That is a major takeaway that needs to happen this offseason. Yep.
I agree. I agree. Mitch continues in the Knicks.
Yes. What Mitch needs to do is continue again on his strength training, because we cannot have our center be injured for more than he's played more than half the season, but I would say maybe 2/3 of the season. I mean, 1/3 of the season he was injured. So that's we're not. It's hard to make a playoff run when you don't have your center, your main center. However,
he has so much more. He plays injured.
But he plays, yeah. But one thing that nobody can question is Mitchell Robinson's heart, and he wants to be here.
Another one. Yep.
He's another one that wants to be here. Now we need to get rid of. Well, should I say who we need to get rid of? We need to get rid of Nerlens Noel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I love what he does when he's on the court, but he's injured 90% of the time.
Bye, Noel. Bye, Noel.
Bye.
Yeah, and I'd like to keep Alec Burks again, but I just want to see him in his right position.
I say yes. I say we need to get rid of Evan Fournier, Nerlens Noel, and I would even give away one of Also, we didn't talk about Deuce McBride, Quentin Grimes, and Jericho Sims. Now, I love Jericho Sims. I think he has a bright future. I think he's a great backup point guard for Mitch. Center for Mitch. Deuce McBride, I think he's a great point guard, but I feel like if I had to make a trade package and include him in it, I would. But I love what he brings to the game. He plays amazing defense, and he's always ready. I love Deuce, but and then Quentin Grimes, I want him to stay as well because he reminds me of a young Allen Houston. I mean, his shot is so pure looking, like his form is so reminiscent of Allen Trade Randall.
Yeah, I will question for you, trade or not?
I would not be upset.
Right.
I would not be. Yeah. Whatever is best for the Christopher.
I see Kendra in the game Knicks and Dallas, and Kendra on Twitter after this game post a tweet talking about we love staying in Dallas. Randall,
well then bye. Go back to Dallas. They can go because you know what?
Randall.
Yeah, they can go.
No, I read something today that they were talking about maybe a sign and trade, like with Brunson and Julius Randle. And he's from Texas, so it might be a good fit for him.
That would be great.
And that would be Randall. Be happy, Randall.
Yeah, be happy.
Be happy.
Go whatever makes you happy. If we're not making you happy, you're free to leave.
Yeah, I think Randall would do better in a smaller market team like Dallas. So
right, and they have most of the Knicks' old roster anyway.
Right, they're the Mav Knicks.
The Mav Knicks, not the Mavericks.
Yes.
Yeah, Red Bull.
Like
a lot
that.
of guys. Frank Ntilikina.
Exactly.
Nice.
Theo Pinson, Tim Hardaway, Trey Burke. Come on, the list goes on.
Yeah.
Theo
Theo Pinson, exactly.
Let's add Julius to the
Nosso
Julius.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Dallas stole my team leader. I don't
Oh,
like
I know
that.
they stole your cheerleader, Theo Pinson.
Still not our team leader. I don't
Yep,
like
he's still our cheerleader.
Daí, Vitor, eu vou passar para os brasileiros. É o seguinte, né, Vitor, ela estava mencionando, né, a respeito, tipo assim, dos jogadores que ela até tinha mencionado, por exemplo, o Jalen Brunson, né, que é, inclusive, o pai dele é amigo do Tom Thibodeau, né, também é bom mencionar isso e tal, ele tem relações.
Trabalhou no Knicks e jogou no
Sim,
Knicks.
Foi jogador no
Knicks. In the Knicks, father Brunson.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Rick Brunson was a Knick.
Yeah.
Continue.
E aí, né, Vitor? E aí, Vitor, eu estava mencionando a respeito disso, né? Então tem ligações com o Knicks, né? E poderia ser uma das escolhas, né? Um dos jogadores que poderiam vir para o Knicks, né? Aí você mencionou, por exemplo, a questão do Julius Randle, né? Que é de Dallas, né? E tem fortes relações também com talvez, né? Isso possa acontecer no futuro e acontecer agora, quer dizer, né? Uma troca envolvendo os dois jogadores seria, acho que, interessante para as duas franquias, né, e tal. Elas mencionaram também que, tipo assim, que elas desejam que o Mitchell Robinson assine com os Knicks e fique nos Knicks, né, e tal, porque é um jogador que elas veem que, tipo assim, tem muito futuro e tal.
Uau!
Né?
Joker or Spider, caralho.
Spider maybe,
but Joker is not going to come here.
I wake up this dream.
Right. It would be amazing, but it's not really. It's not a reality. Spider maybe though, because Spider maybe. We'll see.
In the future,
It's
maybe.
nice to dream, right? It's nice to dream.
Like a dream.
E aí, né, Vida, eu tava mencionando, até você passou aí agora, né, a questão do Donovan Mitchell, né?
Do Donovan Mitchell.
E do Jokic também, mas é tipo assim, algo que é fora um pouco da realidade, né? Talvez, tipo assim, algum venha, né? Mas não nas circunstâncias, né? De
continuar com
mas
o Mitchell
tipo
Robinson.
Assim, eu tava falando a respeito de assinar com o Mitchell Robinson, né, e tal, e envolver jogadores nas trocas, né? Elas acreditam, por exemplo, elas gostam bastante de Jericho Sims, mas o Jericho Sims é um jogador que pode ajudar muito o Mitchell Robinson ali e tal, Mas se precisar envolver em trocas, precisar envolver em trocas, ele poderia ser envolvido, né? Elas adoram também o Deuce McBride, mas ele tipo assim, também se precisar envolver, né? Porque o Knicks não vai conseguir manter todo mundo.
I love the Knicks. I like players, but I love Knicks.
Yeah, exactly, right. Exactly, Victor. I love every player, but at the end of the day, we love the team on the front, not the back. So whoever needs to go has to go. Sadly.
Ela até concordou com você, né, Vitor? Tipo assim, ela falou que gosta do time, né? Ela gosta do que tem na frente, não atrás, né? Porque atrás vem o nome do atleta, né? Então, tipo assim,
exatamente.
No final do dia, tipo assim, a gente pensa nos Knicks, né? Apesar que ama assim, tipo, gosta dos jogadores, mas no final de tudo é o time, né? Então, o time é o resultado de tudo.
Just Barrett. Barrett, don't go. Barrett,
he's untouchable. Untouchable. RJ Barrett is untouchable. Yes, Victor. Yes.
Elas colocaram o RJ Barrett nos negociáveis.
Yeah.
I agree.
Quickly, if you ask me.
Don't touch. Oh.
Don't touch
my Barrett.
Don't touch.
Yes, Zion. Zion,
por favor, no,
like it or not?
No. We don't want Zion. He has to at least show that he can play a stretch of NBA games without being injured. So until he can, prove himself as an NBA player, then I don't even want it. It's not even a discussion. Right. Yep.
Ela mencionou, né, Vitor, que tipo assim, que ele se machuca demais, né? Enquanto ele não tiver uma regularidade, já mostrou que ele pode ser um jogador excelente, né? Mas que...
My friend, Bruno, sorry. Talk about Zion.
Oh my goodness.
My friend, Joanilson do Pelicanos, do Brasil.
I know, sorry. Sorry, Bruno. You think he's going to stay in? So the thing is, I don't think that Zion's going to stay in New Orleans. I think he's had lots of issues with the medical staff down there, with the coaching staff. I don't think that he's staying in New Orleans. But I don't necessarily want him as a Knick right now. He has to, again, prove that he is dedicated to staying healthy and staying in shape to play in the NBA, because he was drafted #1 for a reason. And prove your value on a team. We know that you have the talent, but do you have what it takes mentally to stay in shape? And obviously physically you have to have your strength and conditioning together, because you can't be injured every other game or every few games. Yeah, or he's gonna have to learn to adjust his game. Yes, those are the only options.
Só antes de você traduzir, Bruno, só comenta bem rapidinho, né? É porque existe uma brincadeira minha, né? E João, do Pelicanos do Brasil, que em todas as lives do Knicks Fans Brasil, eu brinco, né, com o João, que eu começo assim, ó, #Zion no Nicão. É Zion em Knicks, né? Translate. Eu sempre brinco, né, com o João, e o João fica rebatendo as brincadeiras. Resumindo, é isso. Por isso que foi engraçado. Falei do Zion, o João apareceu aqui.
So. Yeah, Victor said he have a friend, João, and he's a Pelican fan. Pelicans fan, and Victor joke a lot with this Zion and the Knicks, and then João say no, he will stay in New Orleans, and Victor say no, he will leave the team and go to another place, maybe go to the Knicks, and he jokes a lot because we get Emmanuel quickly was play with Zion in the high school. RJ Barrett and Ken Reddish, so a lot of people make it because we have a lot of players. Yeah, there was a teammates in the past, so yeah, but it's just a joke. And
I mean, a lot of Knicks fans had pipe dreams of a team with Cam Reddish, Zion, and RJ Barrett. Like everybody, a lot of Knicks fans were like, they were like, oh, one day maybe, and who knows, maybe one day it will happen. But like the person who just commented, yes, he needs to get that mental portion of it down, because that is the more than anything else. If the mental is not right, like we've already seen with Julius Randle and countless any player, we see it happening in LA right now with Russell Westbrook, with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Carmelo Anthony. Yes, they had injuries, but it's a lot of it happens here in the brain and in the mind. So yes, the mental part of it is huge, and I don't think Zion right now is ready to play in New York, and I don't think that we are willing to accept Zion as he is right now. As harsh as that may sound, we just need somebody who's a little bit more ready and committed at this stage, and Zion hasn't shown that as a New Orleans Pelican.
Ó, antes do Bruno, se você traduzir, Bruno, só um comentário bem rapidinho. Para jogar no Knicks, tem que ter aqui, ó, play in the Knicks, ó, tem que, ó, tem que ser muito frio, tem que saber, né, ter essa questão. Um jogador que eu não gosto, mas que em Nova York poderia dar certo por saber lidar com pressão, que eu não gosto, é o Trae Young. Trae Young no Knicks é um jogador que saberia lidar com a pressão. Quanto mais pressão, o cara joga, cara. Então, ou seja, por mais que eu não goste dele no Knicks, ele daria certo nesse sentido, né? Saberia lidar com a pressão.
Você quer que eu passe para elas? É isso ou você quer que eu... Ah, tá.
Não, só esse trecho.
Yeah, Victor mentioned, he said he don't like the player, but he said first of all the player needs to have a good mental, a good mindset that they really wants to play in the hard games, you understand, the tough games, and he don't see so many players, but the one player he don't like, but he probably will be a perfect fit in this position is Trae Young. So
yes. Yeah, he embraces it. We love so the same way, Victor. As a Knicks fan, obviously there's this rivalry with Atlanta, and Trae Young is like the new Reggie Miller. Yeah. He's the new Reggie Miller.
Yes.
But I love Trae Young's game. I respect his talent. You can't take that away from the kid. Who doesn't want a Trae Young on their team? If he's available and he wants to come to New York, come on, Trae, we'll take you.
I stray in New York.
Trae. Come on, Trae.
And he's built for New York. He can take the pressure, which
and the
most
criticism,
people, right? Which most people can't do. Like, you know, and like certain players are better for smaller markets. Where you're in New York, LA, Boston, Philly, you have to be able to take that pressure. And Trae Young, he has those chops. He's built for New York. I just, you know,
I know a lot of Knicks fans are gonna hate us for saying that.
I know.
I don't care. I mean, come on. Look at what he did to us. He could be if he was in the orange and blue. I mean, come on.
Oh, we make a peace with Trae Young, become a Knick.
Yes, I would love that.
We make a peace.
Yes, we would make peace with him. Exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
Bruno.
Elas estavam até falando, né, Vitor? Aproveitando já o gancho, você tinha falado a respeito do Zion, né? E tal, vou aproveitar o gancho de emendar as duas coisas, que tipo assim, que tem que ter uma mentalidade muito forte, né, e tal. Elas não veem o Zion com compromisso, né, de jogar nos Knicks e tal. E aí você tinha mencionado a respeito do Trae Young, né, e tal, e...
I know, sacrilege, I know. We still love you.
Yeah.
We recognize the talent.
Yes, it's a love and hate with Trae Young. For sure.
Exactly. Don't disown us. We still love you. You still love us. He needs to come to New York and get his haircut together. Yes, you know what? He needs a New York City barber for his hair.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bruno.
No worries.
We're making your job so hard today. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Aqui, ó. O Krishna, como é que fala? Prefer? Yeah,
he prefers Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler. So I like Jimmy Butler's. I like his drive. I like how he plays. I like his style of play. But Jimmy Butler's diva, he's like an egomaniac. Like, he's so full of himself. He has a big head now. I don't know if I want that energy in the locker room.
Oh, Jimmy Butler, screaming with my beverage. You know, game with the Knicks.
You know, his ego is it's just way too large.
Yeah.
Way too large.
Yeah.
And when you can't even respect your coach, that's a problem. Yeah.
Yes.
What happens on the bench? What happened on the bench on live TV a few weeks ago was just completely unacceptable. And Jimmy Butler is not mature enough to be a Knick, as far as I'm concerned. It's the maturity, if more than anything else.
I agree with you. Randall
Same thing.
Front office ali, ó. Como é que fala, Bruno? Sorry.
Okay.
Help me, Bruno. Como é que é? Que o Randall quase empurrou o cara do laptop.
Sim. Victor mentioned, because the Julius Randle have some problem with the guy in the staff, the coach staff.
Who was showing him on the iPad during. Yeah, exactly the same type of thing. It's unacceptable. It's just unacceptable.
Adebayo in Knicks e Randall to Miami, right?
Hey, wherever he needs to be. Wherever he needs to be. But to make him happy. Wherever he's going to be happiest. And if it's here, so be it. But he better have an attitude adjustment. Right.
Yes.
Ela tinha até mencionado, né, Victor, porque o Edu mencionou o Jimmy Butler, né, a questão do ego, né, do Jimmy Butler. Então, assim, você até mencionou o Adebayo aí, né, e tal, até concordaram, né, que o Adebayo seria melhor do que o Jimmy Butler, porque aí você mencionou também a questão do Julius Randle, né, que a postura, por exemplo, do Jimmy Butler no banco, por exemplo, é muito ruim, né, então, assim, até nos vestiários, por exemplo, é bem complicado a situação, né, para ter um jogador assim. E assim, completando mais a minha parte também, o Jimmy Butler acaba jogando quase que na mesma posição do Barrett, né? Então, você trazer um jogador ali para que mesmo que você complemente, coloque junto ali, né? Tipo, com o lugar do Fournier, por exemplo, e tal, eles vão estar sempre mesmo ocupando os lugares parecidos na quadra, né? Então, também não vejo muito futuro dele nos Knicks. Né?
O que vocês pensam, né, a respeito de Tom Thibodeau? Por vocês, Tom Thibodeau continua ou sai?
Victor mentioned about Tom Thibodeau and what you believe, what you trust in his job. He needs to be the coach in the next year, or maybe the Knicks need to fire him.
Yeah, I think we both feel the same way. We're not ready to fire Tibbs. You know, he got the Coach of the Year last season. This season was different because, you know, different circumstances. And the key player, Julius Randle, who was our MVP last year, he did not live up to those expectations. So it was a learning curve for Tibbs as well. And I think, well, the players definitely have respect for him. And you hear that in the press conferences. And I just think we need a little... I would like to give him more time with this young core, but he has to play these young guys. Yes. That's the main thing. I would like to be, well, we both would like to see an improvement in his rotations. But if he does play these young guys, we could go far with Tibbs. Yes, agreed.
Elas mencionaram, né, Victor, que elas tipo assim, elas não se colocariam na posição agora, né, da demissão do Thibodeau, porque ele teve uma temporada muito boa, né? Foi retrasada. Nessa agora, quer dizer, na passada, quer dizer, né? Nessa agora não foi tão bem, né? E tal, mas por circunstâncias completamente diferentes, né? E tal. Teve o Julius Randle, que fez uma campanha quase de MVP, né? E tal. E
Covid,
player,
injuries.
Né? Com o ginásio vazio também. Teve as contusões, né? A gente perdeu o Derrick Rose, todo esse contexto.
Derrick Rose.
Que acabou que, tipo assim, foi uma temporada muito difícil e que elas não acreditam que seja o momento ainda de demitir o Tom Thibodeau, né? E que ele precisa de mais tempo ali. Deu para perceber que os atletas gostam muito dele, independente das condições, mesmo com as derrotas, e que elas iriam em outra direção.
Mas como que vocês veem a relação Tom Thibodeau, front office, né? Leon Rose, etc. Vocês veem que existe um encaixe, um bom relacionamento ou não? Porque muita gente aqui no Brasil, a gente escuta, né, vindo das notícias, que existe uma certa discordância uma falta, né, de concordância entre as partes, né? Queria saber de vocês, qual a opinião de vocês a respeito disso e o que realmente acontece em Nova York que chega até vocês.
Victor mentioned about what we hear sometimes about the front office, and Tom Thibodeau is not in the same thing. They not in the same synergy. Maybe they don't have the same mentality for the future. So what do you think? What your opinion about this? Is this true, or you never heard this before?
Yeah, I haven't heard that. That's the first time that I'm hearing that the front office and Tom Thibodeau are not on the same page. However, I mean, it's normal. Everybody, you know, these are human beings. They're not robots, and it's okay to have, you know, slightly different philosophies, but you have to have the same end goal. And once the front office and Tom Thibodeau are on the same page and want the same things, then you can, you know, when you have a math equation, you can get to the same answer many different ways. So they just have to figure that out. But if that's true, there's many ways again to win. There's many ways to win. And once they figure out that equation, and again, it might be different combinations, but they have to align at some point in time. Again, I haven't heard that particular piece of information, but if that's true, I'm sure it's something that they can work through. I mean, they hired him. It's only been, what, 2 seasons since he's been our coach? It's, you know, these guys in the front office are, I would say, long-term thinkers based on the people that they've brought in, the pieces that they've, you know, brought to this team. So I don't think that they would, you know, be immediately thinking to fire Tibbs after this season. You know, yeah, it wasn't the season that we wanted, but I think that there's, again, room for improvement. Tibbs showed his willingness to bend a little bit and play the young guys. Yes, unfortunately, it was due to injuries mostly, but I think that because of those circumstances, he saw that these young guys have a lot to offer, and they are the future of this team. And I think that this offseason, there's going to be a lot of conversations, a lot of, you know, meeting of the minds, where we see how they get to this to the goal of making the playoffs at the very least, and then winning a championship eventually. But yeah, I think they'll work it out. Yeah, I think Tibbs is here to stay, definitely for at least another season, at least one more season, at least.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Elas estavam até mencionando, né, Vitor, que tipo assim, elas na verdade não chegaram a ouvir algo parecido, né? Tipo, é a primeira vez que elas tinham ouvido, né, a respeito do Thibodeau com o front office ali, né, e tal. Mas ela não necessariamente precisa concordar, eu tenho a mesma filosofia, né? Você pode, tipo assim, você tem que ter o mesmo objetivo final, né? Que esse objetivo é que é o resultado de tudo aquilo. Então, por exemplo, eles vão ter que conversar bastante, dialogar o que eles vão resolver para o futuro. Essa temporada foi completamente diferente do que se esperava, né? E a equipe teve muitos problemas, mas que no contexto geral, né, é importante agora, até nessa pós-temporada agora, é conversar e ajeitar as coisas, né? Os atletas jovens mostraram muito potencial, né? O RJ Barrett vem numa crescente, né? Com o Tom Thibodeau. Se a gente for comparar o trabalho do Fisdale primeiro com o Tom Thibodeau agora, é completamente diferente. Os atletas vêm desenvolvendo bastante. Tem também a questão dos atletas jovens, né? O Quickly, por exemplo, né? E tal. Então, dentro desse contexto geral, a equipe mostrou desenvolvimento entre os jovens. E que tudo isso pode, tipo assim, que elas acham que agora essa questão do Thibodeau não seria legal demitir ele, e ele merece pelo menos mais uma temporada.
Hi, Isabel.
Victor, you're mute.
My daughter, Isabel.
Hi, Isabel.
Fala assim, hi, guy. Como é que é?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, linda.
Aqui, ó. Eu tô te desejando feliz aniversário. Fala assim, ó. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, Isabel.
Don't believe this girl. It don't shame me like that. Don't believe.
It's okay.
Manda um beijinho pra ela. Send a kiss for her. Faz assim, ó. Manda um beijinho. Oh. Thank you. Thank you so much. Né? Come to Knicks Fans Brazil channel. We love this life, né, Bruno? We love, né, Bel? We love this life. Mas assim, ó, Yes.
Yay! We loved it too.
So
Thank
great.
you so much for having us. It was an honor, and I can't wait for you to come here. Can't wait.
Yes, thank you for what you bring to this community.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, me. Thank you for me, for Bruno, Brazilians. Receive you guys. I love Knicks Omnifan. I love Knicks Omnifan.
We love you too.
Yes.
We love what you do. And Bruno, you have the hardest job in the world, keeping up with us, with Victor, and everyone. You are amazing.
No.
You guys are so great at what you do.
Great team.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's for me, it's a special thing. It's great. It's an honor for me doing this job. Yeah, and and be this bridge for Brazilian fans too.
Yes,
it's a really special thing for sure.
It is very special,
amazing,
and we're honored to be a part of it. So thank you again for having us. Thank you.
Yes, and can't wait till when you come to New York and we can meet you in person.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait. Isabel, sim, cante a musiquinha do Knicks pra elas lá do Go New York Go lá. Vai lá.
Go New York Go.
Go New York Go. Love it.
Amazing.
She's a Knicks fan, Victor. You did right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye,
Isabel.
We love you.
Isabel, go to New York too. Né? Você vai para Nova York?
Amazing. Amazing.
You have to go to New York.
Yes. See. You'll still be here. We can't wait to have you all. We can't wait to see you. And thank you again so much and have a wonderful night. Thank you, Knicks Fans Brazil. We love you guys. Yes. Everybody in Brazil and all over the world.
Thank you guys.
Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. We love you.
We love you too. Thank you so much.
All right, you're welcome.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.